Hey guys, Mike from Boyer Bows. Okay, we're on to the build. This is going to be this is step one of the Flatbow build along, and this build along is actually, each of these steps may come in a couple of parts, and this is one of the parts. What I'm doing is just showing you. I forgot to list these as tight bond 3. You can use anything you want. Urac 185 is probably the best wood-to-wood glue there is. It's two parts, one part liquid, one part like what looks like dust, and then there's other epoxies. I like Type Bond 3 for a couple of reasons. It's waterproof, I've never had a problem with it, and it's only one thing. It's in a jar, it's ready to go. Okay, what I'm doing here is, here's the Purple Heart, and here is the Bucati. And what I'm doing is I'm building up that wood that I showed you in the previous video to make the riser. Now, what I've done so far is, you can see I've coated it with a light thing of glue. Now, I want you to notice something here, and this is why I'm showing this video separately. This had a nice thin layer, very thin layer of glue over the whole piece of, whole sides of wood here. You can see I scored it with the scraper. I made lines to give the glue something to bite into. But look what happened when I put that thin layer of glue on. Look at this Bucati here, and look at these spots on the Purple Heart. The glue is actually sucked down into the wood. In certain areas, this is why things don't glue well together. This is called sizing the bow, or sizing the wood. You put a thin layer of glue on before your main layer of glue, because now this glue has sucked in, because it's raw wood. It's absorbed the glue into itself, and you will not, it's like, that's not even sticky right there. Okay, the glue ain't dry, there's just no glue there. This is nice and tacky. Glue stayed on the surface. So you do this first to prevent this from happening with your main glue up. Okay, now we're going to do a main glue up. This part of the wood is absorbed, hopefully all the glue it's going to absorb, so when we put our main coat on, it's not going to suck the wood. The glue is actually going to stick and stay on the surface and stick piece of wood to piece of wood. Alright, so this is the last step I'm going to do before, and then I'm going to clamp it down. But let me show you, I don't skimp on the glue, okay? This is not the time to skimp. This is a lot of glue, and you may think it's wasteful. A lot of people may think it's wasteful. But I put this nice glob on, and I want to make a mess here, guys. I want to make a mess. Do you know why? Because when we sand this thing, it's going to clean it right up. Any glue that goes down the side, over the edge, whatever, it's all going to get sanded away when we make the bow pretty, when we make the riser pretty. But what I don't want to have happen is that I got a spot where there's no glue. You'll see you're probably still, even with all this glue, there's still going to be, I put a little on this one too, not a lot like the last one, just enough to cover it all up again. Get it going here. And I'm going to give it a second, let it breathe in the air, because Type Bond 3 needs air to cure. Don't wrap it with cellophane like you may see a lot of people do. This stuff won't cure if it doesn't have air. Won't dry, basically. Alright. This is going to make a mess. You'll notice I have some plastic there. I'm going to set it down, give it a little press. I'm not going to try to, I just want it to hold in place. Alright, now this glue is going to all over the edge. I don't care. I'm going to make it pretty later. The only problem with doing it like this is it's hard to get the first clamp on. So I'm going to get this ready here. Look at that. It's like mayonnaise running down the side. I don't care. Have I covered that enough of the I don't cares? Alright. The way I do it is I stick it on its side so it don't go anywhere. Get the clamp over there and start tightening her down. Now this first clamp's always a tough clamp, because it just doesn't want to, see, they slide over each other right now until the glue kicks in. Alright. Okay, now it's only one clamp, so I can still make some adjustments here. Get them nice and even, or relatively even. Alright, let's get the other clamp on it. That's right, flow, baby, flow. Because I don't care. Everybody, I want you to say with me, boy, this is a mess, and I don't care. Look at that. There we go. What I like to do is I like to smoosh, give a smoosh right in that line there, because I do not want to glue. I didn't dry perfectly even. I didn't put them perfectly even, but I'm going to be sanding the bejesus out of this. Hope nobody's offended by that term. I say it a lot. And it's going to be rounded off. Most of this edge is going to be gone. What I don't want are any spaces between these two pieces of wood for the glue to be sucked in and there be like blank spots where it's dry, no glue, no stick, because I want this thing to hold on. I don't want it to let go. Alright, more glue coming out. And as it dries, it expands, so it's gonna happen. I don't care. I think you guys probably got the message at this point. I want this as messy and as horrible as it can be, because I want the glue to work. If you don't get messy with me, you're watching the wrong build along. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hang this. I'm going to put this on a hook, let this hang, let the glue do what it's going to do, and in a little while, I'm going to leave it overnight. Air can get to this, it should cure up nice, and when I do, this is going to be a 3-part video. I'm going to do this one, I'm going to do the other one, and then I'm going to show you the after when I'm done with it, okay? So I'll see you later with the after. I'm going to give it at least 24, maybe 48 hours to dry. But that's going to end up being a beautiful, beautiful riser despite the way it looks now. Alright, Mike from Boyer Bows. This is one of the parts of step 1. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this one first or second, but this is going to be step 1 of building the Flatbow. We're building the riser up here with our extra pieces of wood. Now you could be maybe using 2 pieces of hickory or 1 piece of hickory, but when we glue this onto the bow, we're going to be doing the same process. Sizing it up, sticking it on, clamping it down. Alright? We'll see you soon, guys.